Any other question?
No, I'm just saying if I want to look at my papers, it's okay, right? Absolutely, right? Huh. Done? Okay, I'll shut this phone, right? Or leave it on? No, I'll start at 4. Okay, but should I shut this phone, mobile? I leave it on? Yeah. Of course, I'm going to say that in the beginning and my end, my message. Yeah. Hi, friends. Good afternoon. I thank, I'm Dr. Jasmine Shah. I'm a practicing physician at South Bombay. And on this onset, I thank Skillmatics to give me this opportunity to spread the importance of nutrients in this testing times. Yeah. Now, why nutrition? Why is nutrition so important in these children, right? Any kids, why is it important? And especially in these times where their immunity needs to be good, because nutrients are the most important part of a child's journey to growth. They help us get energy. They help us form our mood, and they stabilize our mind. And with the right nutrition, they prevent hyperactivity in children, in teenagers, and they maintain a healthy lifestyle. And if how can we prevent, right? We are preventing what by healthy nutrition is we are preventing hyperactivity, mood swings, depressions, and something which is so common nowadays is ADHD. So our aim is to include a healthy nutritional portion in our daily diet for our children. A rough overview about what is nutrition. Nutrition consists of macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are which are the big parts of our major diet, that is carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. And micronutrients consist of the minerals and vitamins which are important in our daily diet. Now, carbohydrate. We all have heard about carbohydrate. What are carbohydrates? Anything that we eat has carbohydrate, like our roti, our chawal, bread, pasta, even fruits are rich in carbohydrates. Why do we need a carbohydrate? It's a must because it's an important source of energy. Okay, now, but it's important to choose the right kind of carbohydrates. So whole carbohydrates, like whole grains, are much preferred than simple carbohydrates like sugar. Okay. Now the next part would be protein. What is protein? They are the building blocks of our body. Okay. It's required for the repair, for the wear and tear. It helps us also fight the infection in our body. What are the sources of protein? Where do we get our proteins from? Proteins are got from our dals, our pulses, our dairy products, nuts, seeds, okay, soya, nachni, and for the non-vegetarians, meat, poultry, chicken, fish, and eggs. Eggs are also very good in protein. Next, we go on to, now, one thing I need to mention, that sugar is carbohydrate, right? So then we are coming back later to sugar. The third part of the macronutrient portion of our food is fat. Fat also is required in our daily diet because it's important. It gives fuel, it gives energy. Like a car needs petrol, our body needs fuel. So fat is required for that. And also fat has a lot of important nutrients like A, D, E, some vitamins which are required, right? Now, fats, where do we get fats from? Fats are, there's something like a good fat and a bad fat. We must try and include good fat in our diet. Where do we find fat? The good fat is in ghee, it's in whole dairy products, right? Nuts, seeds, avocados, olives. We should try and include this in our diet. Now, we are done with the macronutrients. Now, let's shift to the micronutrients. Micronutrients will include the vitamins and minerals. Now, one of the most important part would be calcium. Okay, when you're talking of children, what comes to our mind first is calcium. Why do we need calcium in our diet? Because calcium is required for healthy bones and teeth. Okay, where do we get calcium from? We get from milk, we get from cheese, paneer, egg yolk, broccoli, tofu, right? Now, along with, and next vitamin would be iron. Okay, iron is also very important in a child's growth. Okay, deficiency. Why is iron required? Because it forms blood. It helps us form the blood. How do we get iron? Iron is got from red meat, from liver, poultry, and in vegetarian, the beans, spinach, dates, nachni, if you know, jaggery, sesame, and that's about it. Okay. Next, we would go on to vitamin D. Okay. Now, vitamin D also is an important part of our diet. With calcium comes vitamin D. So, vitamin D is required to transport the calcium from the blood into the cells. How do we get vitamin D? Even in children, even in infants, vitamin D is very important. Yeah, mainly we get from sunlight. But as we see, everyone's indoors. We hardly play out in the sun. Everyone's in the AC. And since we are dark-skinned, it's hardly absorbed, right? So if we have to be supplemented, we may take supplements. But otherwise, sunlight is number one. Number two, from diet, some mushroom and eggs may give us some vitamin D. Another important vitamin is zinc. Okay, zinc is also important during this time where we're trying to build our immunity, we're trying to fight the infection. Zinc plays an important role. How do we get zinc? Zinc is got from most of a normal diet that we have, we get zinc. Very rarely we need to supplement it from outside. From food, banana is a very good source of zinc. And zinc also in children helps you control diarrhea. Yeah. So when somebody has diarrhea, we're either given, if you don't want to give antibiotics, we're given zinc syrup, right? Or we're asked to have some mashed potatoes, mashed bananas in our diet, which helps to it acts as a binding agent. And zinc is also got in pumpkin seeds, chickpea, yogurt, cashew. Okay. Another important, very important is vitamin C. When we're trying to fight infection, build our immunity, vitamin C comes right there. Vitamin C, like when we say kids have frequent cold, allergies, give them vitamin C. It helps you fight the common cold. It helps you build immunity. It helps you even when it's required in wound healing, okay? And it's also helps us fight any infection in our body. How do we get vitamin C? Vitamin C, amla, anything that's khatta, tangy, has vitamin C. So amla, citrus fruits like oranges, lemon, mangoes, strawberries, right? Vegetables like tomatoes, cauliflower, spinach also have vitamin C, broccoli, right? So next one, and I would also like to mention when we're finishing the macro and micronutrients that please include fiber. Yeah, what is fiber? How do we get fiber? We get fiber from eating lots of fruits and veggies. Why is fiber important? Because it prevents constipation. Yeah, it regularizes our bowel motility. So even kids I know have suffering from a lot of constipation, right? Then they'll end up having a stomach ache. So in order to prevent that, they must hydrate themselves. Even water, liquids are very important part of the routine, right? So along with water, we need sufficient fiber. And another last but not the least vitamin, which is I must mention, is vitamin A. Why vitamin A? Vitamin A, just simple language, it's required for our eyes, right? And how do we get vitamin A? We get it from simplest carrots. And vitamin A also helps us in our growth and fight infection. So this roundabout, I've covered up the major macro and micronutrients. What about nutrition? Now let's talk about a generalized take-home tips. Since we're talking of nutrition in this time, what's most important, I would say, is try and include, now kids are home, you're home, try and include kids in an activity where cooking is involved, nutrition is involved. Try and include them at least once in 2 days, once in 3 days, or at least on weekends. Try and help them decide, try and help them select healthier options, right? And try and make them decide the menu. Try and make them make a particular dish. Give them awards. Tell them whichever kid makes the most colorful dish, right? Include as many colorful fruits and veggies in your food item that they prepare, will get a prize, right? Because as many colors that you add to your dish, you get as many more nutrients, yeah? And now, let them plan, yeah? And we have to help them make the healthier choice. Like if they have to add sugar, okay, now sugar, yeah, let's get back to sugar. Sugar is a part, I mean, every kid wants sugar, they crave sugar. So I would suggest, it's a suggestion, that as soon as the child is born, try and not add sugar to anything that you give them, right? They don't need the sugar. Sugar has no nutritional value. It's got empty calories. Even then, if sugar is required, up to 3 teaspoons a day, and especially no disregard them not to have colas. Like if we are having 3 teaspoons, we're allowed a cola, a simple glass of cola or a bottle of cola would have 10 teaspoons of sugar. Sugar, besides the empty calories, no nutrition value, it creates a lot of hyperactivity in a child. It makes them lethargic. Overuse of sugar can lead to calories, can lead to weight gain, later diabetes, and a lot of other illnesses. Yeah, and make them have include water drinking as a part of the routine. Make them wash their hands in these times, and try and be a role model, because they're going to watch you, what you're eating, right? They're going to follow you. So you have to follow a healthier lifestyle to make their lifestyle better. Now, let's go on to, I'll give you some tips like in diet. And every kid who goes to school or has to go to some class, how do they start the day? The most important part of the day is the breakfast. That's the most important part, which has to be, you have to take a little care in preparing them. They have to have the breakfast, right? Because it prepares them to fight and take them through the entire day. because they're exposed to infection, they're exposed to so many other kids, to the atmosphere, pollution. So if they've not eaten, they don't have the energy, they don't have the immunity to fight. Okay, so breakfast is the most important part of the day. Make a little extra effort. Let them plan what they want to take in their dabba. Okay, now various options what we can give you is like simple, if no effort required, if a child cannot eat something in the morning, a simple glass of milk with a fruit, or simple glass of milk with some nuts. If a child agrees, one egg, great. They can have an egg sandwich, they can have a peanut butter sandwich, they can have something hot like an oats uttapam, they can have poha, upma with lots of veggies if they're ready to eat. Or simple, you can just give them a fruit with yogurt. If they don't want to eat, you can make a smoothie out of fruit and yogurt. Fruit and yogurt, or a fruit and milk, and give them a smoothie. Add some nuts and add some seeds. Right? So this is the breakfast, and there are a lot of options. This is some which I thought of that. And avoid adding sugar. Now, snacks, something to take in their dabbas. I would suggest when they are hungry, you can give them makhanas, you can give them popcorns, you can give them, include these legumes, include like a chana boiled chaat, include a moong chaat, right? Include cheese. Yeah, cheese is also okay. Cheese is good. Now, cheese, if some mother wants to know which cheese is good for my child, I would say something that's not processed, something that's freshly made, like a feta, mozzarella, Greek, I think it's called Greek, I think feta and mozzarella, or something that's freshly made and not processed, right? Secondly, you can also give them an almond milk smoothie if they're happy. You can give them hummus with a whole wheat lavash, right? And you can make a beetroot hummus, yeah, with whole wheat lavash. And you can, if they're hungry, they're not hungry, they just want to drink something. Once they come back from school, at the snack time, you can give them lemon water, you can give them coconut water. You can even give them some dry cereal chivda, right? Or some grain crackers. So these were the options for the dabba. Now let's get to the dinner and the lunch portions. Now, so every community, every house has their traditional way of making a lunch or dinner. I can give just a broad perspective. Let's try and include a whole wheat compared to maida. Let's try and include less of potatoes and add something like a cauliflower or a sweet potato, which is a better option. Like if we are, I can give you options like if a kid who likes pav bhaji, there's nothing wrong in pav bhaji, provided you're adding a little more of cauliflower, more of vegetables, and less of potatoes with a whole wheat bread is absolutely allowed, right? Then if you're making a thepla, so if you're eating a whole wheat thepla, instead of adding only whole wheat, you can add a little jowar, you can add a little bajra, and add a lot of green veggies to it and make it wholesome. Then we can also include, kids don't like simple food like a roti, sabji, dal. Then you can just make them wraps. So if you're using, instead of a simple roti, give them a pink roti. What is a pink roti? It's a whole wheat atta. Add a little beetroot, which is made into boil it, make it into something like a paste and add it to your atta and make it like a pink roti. Add a lot of stir fry veggies colored and with little beans, and you make it like a wrap. Put your salsa sauce or whatever and bake it like an enchilada, or make a simple palak roti. Give them a green roti, that is a whole wheat atta. You add little palak paste, okay, and you can make a green roti. Add stir fry vegetables, or make like a frankie, a cutlet, and make a wrap and give it to them. Then a lot of kids like sabudana, right? So instead of using sabudana for your khichdi, I've tried it and it tastes yum. I would use barley, right? Soak barley overnight and make it exactly like how we make a sabudana khichdi, right? Similarly, you can even make barley upma, okay? Add a lot of veggies with barley, fabulous, healthy. Now, next, I would say kids like black dal, right? Outside, they love black dal. So you can make a stuffed paratha. Now, the paratha stuffing can be paneer. It can be a lot of greens sauteed and mashed. Or you can add a lot of mixed veggies and make a stuffed paratha. And you can add a little cheese. You can add a little tofu, no harm. And make it with the black dal. It's healthy. Then kids love pizza. So pizzas, of course, you're allowed. You can, instead of using maida, I would say use a whole wheat crust instead of maida, right? Maida crust. And add lots of veggies, make a homemade sauce, and add your cheese. You can add little paneer and make it wholesome. It's nutritious. And now, in fact, there are a lot of people whom I know make a cauliflower-based crust, right? That's the absolutely healthiest option that you can have, provided I think you can cultivate the taste. Since the kids are small, it shouldn't be a problem. Now, so it's all about cultivating, right? Cultivating the taste from the beginning. Next option also, kids like Mexicans. So you can once a week make like a wholesome Mexican bowl, right? That's got beans, it's got salsa, it's got a lot of stir fry, colored vegetables. It's absolutely healthy, no harm. Yeah. And we can make a healthy wrap. You can make a quinoa roti, you can make a beetroot roti, you can make a oats roti, and make all the fillings, Mexican burrito bowl fillings inside, and give them a burrito bowl. You can give them a healthy Mexican wrap. Okay. And another thing we can include from the superfoods, quinoa, right? A lot of people talk about quinoa. So quinoa is also very good. If you want to include quinoa, you can make quinoa khichdi. Yeah. So with quinoa, you can add your split moong dal, add all your veggies and make a khichdi. You can add quinoa as a part of a salad. You can also, I have a lovely recipe. You can also make lovely quinoa dosa. Okay, so that's like if you're taking 1 part of vati of quinoa, you need half a part of a split moong dal. You can add half a vati of urad dal, soak it overnight, and in next morning make a paste and make a dosa. It's a lovely crispy dosa that you can get, and absolutely healthy, absolute just protein, right? Instead of the regular rice dosa that we make. And see to it that you grate a lot of veggies like like carrot. You can add a grate dudi. You can grate capsicum. You can grate cheese with it, grate paneer with it, and make a wholesome, healthy protein dosa, which also tastes yum. Next, besides this, you can even have nachni dosa. Yeah, similarly, nachni powdered form. Make a paste and you can have a nachni dosa. You can even have moong atta dosa that tastes yum. Yeah, you can have a split moong dal. You can make a dosa. You can make an idli. You can make uttapam. Yeah, and whenever you make these uttapams or idli out of split moong dal, you just have to soak it overnight or soak it for 4 to 5 hours. Make a paste, and then you just make it. If you want to make an idli, you make it like a normal how you make an idli. If you want to make a dosa, just make a paste. But if you want to make a uttapam, you can just add a lot of veggies and make it more wholesome. Yeah. So moong, you can make a lot of things out of the split moong dal. Next, I would say you can even have chikki. Chikki made. Try and include. Let them see how it's made. Chikki out of sesame, good, right? It's extremely healthy. Or rajagira, right? It's all these are very important sources of iron. So that's also one of the good healthy snack that you can give your kid. And desserts, I would say no need to refrain them from eating their cakes and their ice creams. It's fine. But if I would encourage them to have something that's homemade. Ask them to make a pastry out of your almond milk, like mug cake, which is made out of almond flour rather than maida. I would say let them allow them to eat rasgulla, gulab jamun. Encourage them. Yeah, it's our age-old sweets are definitely preferred than ice creams and chocolate cakes and everything else. But of course, I'm not going to deny them. It's definitely allowed, but try and include these healthy things first. Okay, and if any other thing, I'm more than ready to answer from you guys. Any questions? No questions. Okay, I think I'm done with my talk. So, what I would like to say, the take-home messages: involve your kids in the activity or on a journey to enlighten them about how the importance of nutrition in their journey to grow. Bond with them in these times since you're home. Now, right, in this journey of nutrition, just bond with them. How will you bond with them? By including them in your activities. And of course, not to forget, you can download free games from Skillmatics on their website. Thank you.
Namaskar. Coronavirus.
Hi, Rashi, I'm done.
Yeah. I think it went off really, really well.
Fine. So can I end this or should I?
Yeah, you can get you signed off and everything, right?
No, I'm not signed off. So do you want me to add something?
No, I think that's fine. You can just probably say that just give a plug in the schematics again. Being like, keep your kids engaged with nutritious food and, have their memory, have their mental skills also developed with schematics, and you can just sign off.
Okay. Okay, guys, I'm signing off. No questions. And don't forget to log into their website of Skillmatics. They are very intelligent games and puzzles, and they're absolutely free right now. And thank you.